Oh, I said hi.
Okay. He hung up. He hung up on anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my mom has like the house phone, so it just rings sometimes. Okay. Anyway. All right, so the square root of 16 is 4. Does anyone know what the fourth root of 16 is? So like what times itself 4 times equals 16?
2.
2.
2 is correct. Okay, so that's what this thing is asking over here. So that's this part. Okay, but what we're going to do, we're going to separate it. So we're going to separate this. Oops, that's a 4. That's a 4 too. My handwriting on this thing is not good. So we're going to separate this in the top of the bottom, which is, oh, that's an 8. God, I'm so bad. Okay. So that is a thing that you are allowed to do. That's one of the first rules that we learn in the second part of 5.6, is that if you have like one big radical like this, you can separate them into the top and the bottom. Okay. So then what you can do is the top of this is not bad. So what did you guys say the fourth root of 16 was?
That would be 4.
Oh,
No, fourth
crap,
root.
sorry. Wait.
Hold up,
was
my
that right?
trusty calculator.
The fourth root of 16. We already have it on the board.
2.
2. Okay, now, does anyone know what the fourth root of x to the 8th is? If you watch the first video, you might know that.
4 over 8? No, 8 over 4.
8 over 4. So the fourth root of x to the 8th, if you watch that first video, I say a bunch of times, power over root. In class, like we would have chanted that, power over root, like a lot, but unfortunately we're not in class. So 8, so this is the power and this is the root. So 8 over 4. What's 8 over 4?
2.
2. Okay, so this top thing comes out to 2x squared. So all this junk comes out to 2x squared. So the top is fine. Now, the bottom is the problem, okay? And I assume that's where you were confused, Justin, because this is, I think, the hardest part of 5.6 is actually right here. So the rule is, when you're doing a problem like this, you're not allowed to end or have an answer with a radical sign in the bottom, okay? So this fourth root of 5 is not allowed. Okay, so let me ask you, how many 5s do you guys see right there?
1.
One.
No.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
just
So you see a 5. Okay, we see one of them. Now, if we're looking for a fourth root, for things to like escape the radical, like when we were looking for square roots, remember how we would break it down into a tree and then every pair got to escape. If you're looking for fourth roots, you need 4 of one thing for it to be able to escape. So if we have 1 5 right now, how many more like friends would it need to be able to escape the radical?
1
What?
more.
3.
4.
It needs
8.
4 total, but we have 1, so how many more do we need?
Oh,
3.
3.
We need 3, okay? So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna multiply this. Whenever you're like if you want to multiply something with fourth root, it still has to be fourth root. Like you can't just put 5 to the third. It still has to be in that fourth root sign. So how many did you say we need?
3.
3. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna multiply that by the fourth root of 5 cubed. Okay, so then, because this is like 5 to the first, right? When you multiply those, you end up with the fourth root of 5 to the 4th power, because you have 3 here and you have 1 here. What happens when if your root outside and your power, if they match, what happens?
It equals 1.
It equals 1. So basically like this whole, everything's going to cancel out and you're just going to be left with like 5 to the 1st power, or 5. Okay, so that's your goal, is you want your root and your power to match. So like you have to see, okay, if I got 1 5 there, I need 3 more. Then they match and then they get to escape. Now, the issue with that is when you're dealing with fractions, you can't do something to the bottom of a fraction without also doing it to the top. So you have to multiply also there on the top by the 4th root of 5 cubed. So on the top, you end up with all this stuff. So the 2x squared was already there. And then you have the 4th root. What is 5 cubed? Actually, I'll just write 5 cubed this time, but in my actual answer down here, what's 5 cubed? 5 times 5 times 5.
125.
125 is correct. So your final answer ends up looking like that. So the key here is like finding this number. Like, what is it that I need to multiply by to get this 5 to escape out of the radical? This is called rationalizing the denominator. I think it's one of the hardest things that is in Algebra 2. It's also, I don't know, depending on who your geometry teacher was. It is also in geometry if you're dealing with like special right triangles and stuff. So maybe some of you have this somewhere in the back of your brain. But that's what it's called. Like, and we can do another example right now, but if you want to like look it up just that by itself, that's what it's called, rationalizing the denominator. But yeah, so these are definitely the hardest ones. There's not a ton of these on your quiz and test, but I think there's 1 or 2. Can I throw another example up here of that? Can I erase some of this? Any objections if I erase some of this?
No, you're fine.
Again, I will make this into a beautiful Zoom video, a YouTube video, and you can look at it again if you want.
Thanks.
But
Only question I had.
You had another one?
No, I said that was the only question I had.
Can I throw one more example up of this real quick? A short one. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out now. Let's go, I'll make the top easy. So we'll just say x over, I'm going to say the 7th root. No, I don't want to do 5 again. That's boring. Hold on. I know what I want to do. Over the 7th root of y. Okay. Hi, James. So the top is fine. We don't have to simplify the top at all. What would we have to do to help that y escape out of the radical? We got to multiply by something. Anyone know what that something is? Anyone?
I don't think you know.
You don't think we know? No one knows? Okay. How many y's are here?
1.
1. How many y's need to be here for it to escape?
7.
7. So how many more do you need?
6. Oh, I was right.
That's it. Yeah. So you're just gonna go the 7th. The outside part doesn't change. So still 7th root, but then it's gonna be y to the 6th here. And then whatever you do on the bottom, you also do to the top. So the top is just gonna be x times the 7th root of y to the 6th. And then what's gonna be on the bottom?
One.
Not 1. What did you say?
You said y.
Did you say y? Or did you say 1?
Yeah, I said y. I was just being quiet.
Okay, y was correct. Okay, I thought someone said y. Okay, so yeah, so y is what's going to be down there, because again, if you want to multiply these together, you're going to get the 7th root of y to the 7th. And so then again, you go power over root 7 over 7 is just y to the 1st. So that's the whole goal here. The whole goal is to get that y out of a radical, because you can't have a radical in the bottom. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone think that makes sense? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that is in the second video. So I think a lot of you guys maybe haven't gotten there yet, which is fine because the first video is long, and yeah, this stuff is covered on the third homework of the section. So I very much understand if you guys haven't gotten to that part yet. But now that when you do get there, you'll be prepared for it. Cool. Any other questions here? Anything?
No.
You guys don't have to stay if you don't want. I'm done. Does anyone have anything else? Or I'll let you all go. We can all go. We good? Give me something. A verbal or a written. We're good.
We're good.
We're good?
We're good.
All right.
We're good.
If you're good, then I'm good as well. I appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you.
Okay, so make sure you go click through that module, see if there's anything. Again, 3 homeworks in the next 2 weeks. One of them is due this Sunday. The other 2 are due next Sunday. Okay, so make sure you don't forget those. And text me if anyone has any issues with videos or homeworks or anything. Cool?
Cool.
All right. Thanks for coming. Have a good rest of the day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.